Hello everybody, happy 5th of July to anyone in America who's watching. Hope you had a good and safe 4th yesterday. Hope you still have all 10 fingers and stuff. To everybody else, I hope you had a good Wednesday. So yeah, I want to talk to you real quick this morning about possibly, this isn't going to be general for everyone, but possibly the biggest reason you're not making progress with your weight loss, fat loss, strength goals. I think oftentimes the biggest reason someone isn't making progress is because they're not making progress. And that may seem like a well duh kind of thing, but let me explain what I mean. Oftentimes the reason people aren't making progress with the big things, with their big goals, is because they're not making progress with the small things. Because the reality is, any big goal, any big achievement that you make with your physical, nutritional, health efforts are made up of a lot of little tiny goals, a lot of little tiny steps, right? So it's easy for us to look at the end game and that's where I want to be and I'm not there, and forget that we have to build little step to get there, right? Any long journey is made up of a bunch of steps. So I think it's just maybe this is a little reality check for you, in that if you're not making progress with your big goals, with the things you want to achieve, you need to really look, am I making any kind of progress? Am I making progress in the smallest of things? Am I eating more vegetables? Am I going to the gym more? Am I working a little bit harder? Am I getting more sleep? Am I drinking more water? And then not just am I doing those things, but am I doing those things consistently? Because I think what's really common for people is to buckle down, have a really good 4 or 5 days or a really good couple weeks, and they're in the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week, and they're hitting a good amount of protein, and they're eating more vegetables, and they're trying to get more sleep, and they're doing really well, and they do that for 10, 14 days, and they do great, and that's awesome. And then, things kind of slip a little bit, and it's a week or two, and I kind of got off track. And okay, then we get back on track. And they do that for 5, 6, 7 days, and then they miss 4 or 5 days. And, pretty soon, several months go by, and they're like, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not making any kind of progress. When in reality is that you haven't made progress in the big things because you haven't made progress in the small things. Because maybe you've done them off and on, but you haven't made these things habitual. You haven't been consistent with them, and not consistent for a few weeks, consistent for a long time. So that's my thought for you today. If you're struggling with not making progress with your big goals, really take an honest assessment. Am I making progress in the little things? Am I making progress in the small ways? Because you will never achieve the big goals you have if you don't meet the small goals that you have and make them consistent, make them habitual, so then you can build upon them. Okay? So just some food for thought today. Look at the small things you're doing. Look at the daily things you're doing. I get it's easy to just want to see the end game and look down the road at the end of the journey, and that's where I want to be. And that's awesome, and that's great to have in mind. But you need to look at, where do you have to be to get to where you want to be? What do you have to be doing on a regular basis? What are those things, and are you actually being consistent with them? Write it down every day. Write down every day you go to the gym. Mark it on a calendar. Write down what you eat. Track your food, so you can look back and see, honestly, how consistent am I being? Am I actually being as consistent as I feel like I am? There's a chance that you're not. Okay, so then what do? You fix those things. You make those things consistent. You make those small goals, those small habits consistent, so that you can reach the big ones at the end. That's it. Hope you have a great day.